Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Tag Team Podcast. I'm your host, Anthony Tartaglione, joined with my brother, Johnny Tartaglione. And yes, we're back in studio again. It's great. I think our headline today, and I'm not in a Queen costume too, which is great. I think our headline today, where we have to start, is that the NFL had a major shakeup today.
Yeah. A lot of Jets headlines.
When it comes down to it, I just want to lead with this, is the fact that when it comes down to trade deadlines, NBA is usually wild for their trades. Usually, that's where you get the nuts. I would put second, MLB. You never hear NFL. I feel like the NFL trade deadline comes and goes every year.
Yeah.
But today,
you don't really know.
You never really know. But
I
today,
feel like it's always like an old corner that gets traded or old secondary unit. Maybe a running back that's a little bit past his prime.
Yeah. So let's start with the bottom of the barrel, and that's the New York Football Jets. They were legit Ollie's bargain shop today. They were TJ Maxx. They were Dollar General. They were selling everything.
All out fire sale.
They were selling everything.
So great defensive names, big defensive names. Sauce Gardner getting shipped off to Indianapolis Colts, who are, I would pretty safe to say it's now they're all in, which is crazy to think about because Daniel Jones is their quarterback. And if you would have told me at the beginning of the year, and I know we talked about this on the pod too, because I've alluded to it several times, that I have still been rooting for Daniel Jones. It's cool to see him be successful in a different system, even though it's kind of like a big fuck you to Giants fans that he was just pure dog shit for every single season except for one. And then now, all of a sudden, the team he's on is a Super Bowl contender, and they're trading 2 first-round picks for one of the top-named corners in the league. I know Sauce has been having a little bit of a down year, but I still think he's one of the most renowned corners in the league, one of the most renowned names in all of the NFL secondary, right?
Yeah, and here's the thing. Let's look at the Colts signed Charvarius Ward in the offseason. Did they have the best secondary? Did they have the 2 best corners in the NFL? Name me a better duo now.
Yeah, as a duo, I think it's pretty up there.
Yeah.
I don't think they're 2 of the top 5 corners in the league.
No, but still, as a duo.
It's a good tandem to have if you're the Colts. And they have needed some help in the secondary. Their defense has been okay all year.
Letting up a lot of points.
Their offense has been explosive. So you don't need to make really any changes there. You know what's working. And the reason they lost to the Steelers this past weekend is because Daniel Jones turned back the clock a bit and turned back into Daniel Jones. I mean, it happens if you're that quarterback. But for them to shore up their defensive end of the ball, if they're holding their opponents to less than 20 points a game, with the rate their offense is going at, they may never lose again.
It's going to... Here's the thing. The offensive side of the ball is going to come. Jonathan Taylor had a bad game. Daniel Jones had a bad game.
It was the turnovers.
That Colts offense is going to be fine. They're going to be okay.
Tyler Warren.
They're going to be fine. Steelers just had a great game. Vintage Aaron Rodgers. What are you going to do? But when it comes down to it, the Colts are going to be fine. There is no in my opinion, there is no team in that division that has any chance of touching them this season.
No chance.
There's none. So at this point, all you have to do is figure out when it comes down to January how you're going to win that football game.
When you're playing,
Yes.
And who knows? Colts are aiming for the 1 seed. Playing in the dome is very important to them. Them playing outdoors in the cold is not on their schedule. It's not going to play their strength. So that's why they're going for it. And I praise them for going for it because at the beginning of this year, they were a long shot to be in this position that they were. They had a QB battle between Anthony Richardson and Daniel Jones. We had Daniel Jones who trips on an 80-yard run in the middle of the field, and Anthony Richardson who gives himself a concussion pregame with a warm-up band. That was their quarterback battle in the summer, and now they're making trades in the middle of the season to go for the 1 seed.
Sitting at 7-2.
That's
the NFL.
And realistically, if Daniel Jones doesn't have a shit game this past week and they don't get a stupid leverage call against the Broncos earlier in the season, they could be 9-0. They could be undefeated like that.
They beat the Broncos.
Who was the leverage call? Oh, the leverage call was against them. Oh, you're right. So that could have been another loss. Yeah. Sorry. Had that backwards. Who else did the Colts lose to?
It was like week 4.
Who was the Colts?
And it was a game that we're going to see if the Colts are the real deal. And they got pretty Ben blasted.
Why can't I remember? Peyton, do you know who the Colts lost to? I don't know who the Colts lost to. I thought it was the leverage game. Oh, they lost to the Rams. Lost 27-1. Great football team. Lost to the Rams, who are also a championship contender. So, I'm sorry, bad podcasting there. But, yeah, I like the move for the Colts. It's always good to shore up the secondary, especially when you're going up against the quarterbacks that you're going to face in the playoffs. At one point in time, if you're the Colts, you're going to see either Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, possibly Justin Herbert, who's having a pretty good year. I mean, the AFC is just loaded
And they're
up.
going to have to throw against Shavarius Ward and Sauce Gardner.
Exactly.
And here's the thing. It's a great deal for them because even though Sauce Gardner is
Lamar. Forgot about Lamar if the Ravens
even if Sauce Gardner is the highest paid cornerback in the NFL, he's worth the money. At the end of the day, name me how many guys you think deserve to get paid more than him. You could probably name five to eight.
Sure. I mean, it's hard to judge his career right now, too, because he's been on the Jets. He's been on the Jets for so long.
Yeah, he's 25 years old. He's my age.
I know, he's 25, but still, when you're playing for a team that has absolutely no hope in front of him for so long, what's your motivating factor going onto the field? Like, yeah, I get to play football again today, and I'm probably going to lose.
Yeah.
Like, it's tough. It's really tough to do that. When you're on a bad team, you see their star players. I mean, we see it with players like Max Crosby. And it's just a shame that he plays within an organization that is just dog shit.
I mean, and here's the thing. I think we got to look at the flip side of this trade, too, when it comes down to it. First, I want to lead with Adonai Mitchell. Poor Adonai Mitchell. That dude, poor guy.
Going from the Colts to the Jets.
From the Colts to the Jets.
It's brutal. It is. It's a tough look.
Imagine getting called into the coach's office. There is 20 teams in the NFL you could be okay with getting traded to. 25 maybe. And big guy tells you, hey, pack your bags. You're going to East Rutherford.
And you're making the same amount of money. It's not even like a free, like we see free agents all the time go to shit teams for more money. They care more about the money than they do winning. But in this case, you're making the same amount of money and you're going from a Super Bowl
to
the
play.
Barrel.
And now you got to go play on that field, which has already torn a couple ACLs this season.
Well, don't drop the ball before the end zone. Don't drop the ball before the end zone.
Yeah,
you think that was punishment, Peyton?
No, but it's ironic, isn't it? It's a little ironic.
Well, that's why I thought that the leverage call, because it was a game they should have won because it was a touchback that should have been a touchdown. But you're right. Colts could easily be undefeated, and going from a team that's a top dog in the AFC to a team that's probably going to pick number one in the draft next year has got to be the shittiest feeling as an athlete.
Yeah.
Especially if you're a guy. Look, on the bright side, he might get more playing time. He might get more targets. Because the Jets' weapons, besides Garrett Wilson, couldn't even name you a wide receiver. Josh Reynolds, maybe that's another wide receiver on the Jets.
Alan Lazard.
I don't know. Whoever was left over from the Aaron Rodgers era, I guess. I don't know. And then the Jets also moving Quinnen Williams. And it's good for Quinnen Williams because defensive tackles are essential in this league if you want to be successful on defense.
Yep.
We've seen it with teams in the past. The teams who win the Super Bowls are the teams who win in the trenches. Saw it with the Eagles when they won the Super Bowl. We saw it with the Chiefs when they won their back-to-backs. Their defensive line were surefire to get stops, stop the run, put pressure on the quarterback. And for the Colts for the Cowboys to go in and get this, that was a dire need on defense.
Well, Jerry Jones said it last night. We got a big trade in the works, and this is what he was talking about.
But it's almost too late. They just lost the game to the Cardinals. They lost 2 of the last 3 weeks. They've lost to the Cardinals and they lost to the Panthers.
I don't think it's too late.
And now you're 3-5-1. Yeah, but in an NFC team, I mean, the Panthers are 5-4, and they're on the outside looking in. Dallas is 3-5-1.
We'll get to the Panthers.
Dallas is 3-5-1, definitely on the outside looking in. And you got to be a 10-win team to get that. You're going to have to be a 10-win team, at least a 9-win team, to get into the 7th seed in the NFC this year. Most likely 10. And for them to have that tie against the Packers, and then you lose against Jacoby Brissett, and then you lose to Bryce Young. That's unacceptable. If you want to be a team that makes the playoffs, I'm sorry, that's not going to get you there. And for the Cowboys to make this trade, although I like the trade, getting Quinnen Williams, he's still young, going to be a great defensive tackle for the Cowboys. Their secondary is dog shit. And for them to trade Micah Parsons before the season and have one of the worst defenses in the league is just an abomination on Jerry Jones' part. It really is. And cool, if you want to give up 2 first-round picks and 2 second-round picks to get Quinnen Williams, 1 defensive lineman, that's fine, but I feel like that's kind of a
One first-round pick,
1 first-round pick and 2 seconds?
Yeah.
I feel like if you're going to do that, you got to be a team that's going for the title. I'm sorry. Or at least trying to make the playoffs. You can't be 3-5-1 trading first-round picks, in my opinion.
I mean, I don't think. Here's the thing about the Cowboys, though. Who are they? They don't sign anybody in free agency. They don't. They haven't won. Name me the Cowboys' biggest free agent
Well,
signing.
they got George Pickens. Did they trade for George Pickens or did they sign George Pickens? I don't know.
But what I'm saying is the Cowboys don't go out and sign players. Jerry Jones deals for him. He always trades for him. And whether or not they got Zach Jones earlier today. So
can we talk about this is my point. I understand you want to get your defense amped up a little bit. You want to get better on the defensive side of the ball.
He's got to make up for trading away Parsons.
But he knew he was in the public about trading Parsons because he's stubborn and he doesn't want to pay him. And Parsons is probably going to win Defensive Player of the Year. He's got the most pressures out of anybody on defense this year. He was obviously one of the top 3 defensive players in the league before he traded him. You got to pay him. You have to pay that guy. You can't let him walk out of the building, especially for America's team. Now, back to my point. Cowboys making this trade, trading a first-round pick. Their remaining schedule, they play at Vegas next week. That's probably a win. Then they go home against the Eagles, home against the Chiefs, at Detroit, home against the Vikings, home against the Chargers.
That
could be 0-5.
Very well could.
That could at best they're 2-3. And at that point you're staring a top 10 pick right in the face that you're trading away. Right?
Well, that's next year. Their pick next year is the better of their pick or whatever pick they acquired in the Green Bay trade.
Oh, okay. So there's stipulations.
So it's whether the first round pick they got in the Parsons trade.
It's whatever worse one.
Whichever one is better.
Oh, they're shipping off the better one. So it very well could be. So they could be shipping off a top 10 pick.
They could have made the Micah Parsons trade. The pick they got in the Micah Parsons trade could be for Quinnen Williams. It could be a straight up player for player trade as it sits. Plus whatever assets the Green Bay pick.
And I don't think on paper you're trading Micah Parsons for Quinnen Williams.
No,
that's
you're not at
happening.
all. You're not at all. But I mean, I guess in return they get an extra first round pick and
the Cowboys do?
Yeah. Well, they got an extra first round pick in the Parsons trade.
Parsons trade. That's fine. But you traded away the best defensive player in the league. I mean, what are the odds that those draft picks are returning what Micah Parsons is going to give you? Absolutely nothing. You're not replacing him. You're not replacing him with the pick. And even if so, Jerry Jones is obviously in win now mode. He got George Pickens on the team. He paid CeeDee Lamb. He paid Dak Prescott all this money. So I just don't understand the dysfunction of the Cowboys organization with this trade. I like Quinnen Williams as a player, but he's not taking your team from 3-5 to the playoffs. That's not happening.
No, not at all.
That's not happening, especially with the schedule that they have. And I just don't understand, especially in this year's NFC. The Cowboys have been dysfunctional since the 1990s. We've seen it. And I think this trade is another continuation of it. So from the Jets, I think it's a good trade. Get the draft picks that you can because you're 1-7. You're not going anywhere. Anyways, they've been rebuilding since they had Mark Sanchez on the team.
15 years. So they
got 3 first-round picks today, right?
Yes. So let's look at the picks they have right now. They have 2 first rounds this year, which are their own pick, and Indy's from the trade for Sauce Gardner. They have 2 second-round picks this year from their own second-round pick and then Dallas' second-round pick. And then next year's draft, they have 3 first-round picks. So the Jets are set up for a major rebuild. They are. And I think this is the right move for them.
Of course, you have to.
I think Jets fans feel happy. Because here's the thing. At this point, Sauce Gardner, he's going to be what? By the time 2027 rolls around, he's going to be 3 years into his extension. Quinnen Williams is going to have to sign an extension. And you're going to be lackluster paying all those guys, and you're going to have no draft picks to show for it.
Yep.
So why not punt, get a bunch of guys cheap, and try and rebuild
and maybe get an actual quarterback.
Yep. So, think about it. Next year, ideally in the 2027 draft, they're going to have 3 first-round picks. That means they're going to have a pick to get a quarterback right, and then 2 other positions to bolster whatever they need by this time next year.
I think the Jets should pull Cleveland Browns. Draft all the quarterbacks.
Just draft all the
quarterbacks.
Just draft all 3 of them?
You got to hit on one. You got to draft all of them.
Well, the question is they have 2 this year now. Are they going to shoot for the moon this year? I mean, it's going to depend on...
They're going to have the number 1 pick. I'm sorry. There's no way. I mean, they may win 1 game the rest of the season.
Titans may have the first pick.
It's going to be them or the Titans. But the Titans aren't going to draft a quarterback.
No, they're not.
That's the problem. So the Jets only really need to get the number 2.
Yeah.
They're not kicking Cam Ward out of Tennessee after 1 year. That's not happening.
No, not a chance.
So
let's think about... I mean... I got to say this for Quinnen Williams, though. He could definitely say, bless you, thank you, to himself, to Jerry Jones now. Did you see that video of him when he was a rookie? And he sneezed and he blessed himself and then he thanked himself?
No, I feel like I slightly recall that.
You got to go look it up. It's an all-time meme from him.
Yeah, I'll look it up. Yes, I do remember that now.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So he can go say that to Jerry Jones now.
Yeah. Well, good. Other teams bolstering up their defense, unfortunately, the Eagles.
Oh, yeah. They've been.
Jair Alexander.
Howie's at it again. Fucking Howie, man. I can't stand that dude.
Eagles are always making the right moves. They're shoring up their defense in the secondary. They obviously lost. I think they lost almost all of their starters on defense except for Quinyon Mitchell from last year's Super Bowl team. I don't know. It was a large portion. And they got, why am I blanking on his name? The kid from Iowa.
Cooper DeJean?
Cooper DeJean came back too. But they're shoring up their secondary, getting Jair Alexander from the Ravens, who is, I would say, slightly past his prime, but still a good pickup, going to be helpful in the playoffs. And then they're getting Jalen Phillips, a good pass rusher. Also, Jalen Carter came back from last year's team. I don't know why I thought that. Either way, the Eagles lost a lot of starters from their defense last season. Maybe they lost all their secondary except for, I don't know what. I'm talking out of my ass right now. Either way, the Eagles lost a lot of starters on defense from last year. And then bringing in these two veterans who could rush the passer and cover another team's best receiver in the secondary. I hate to say it, but it's just...
Howie's a dealer, man.
The Eagles are getting back.
Howie's a dealer. That dude is always... I got to give him his flowers. He's the best... In my opinion, he's the best GM in the NFL. I don't far none. You got to look at... what the only bad draft pick he's made in the last 8 years has been fucking Jalen Reagor. That's literally it. I mean, look at all their other first-round picks. They've been massive hits. In trades, they've done everything right. In signings, they've done everything right. I mean, this team just... They got a great GM. You gotta put it where it's due. You gotta give the flowers. As much as I hate the damn Eagles, you gotta give their flowers where their flowers are due.
I mean, I'll give credit where credit's due. I'm just gonna puke if they win the Super Bowl again.
I mean, this definitely helps them out a bunch. I mean, think about it. You got a guy.
We're getting Eagles Chiefs again. We're getting round 3. It's happening. And the Chiefs aren't even in the playoff picture right now, but we're getting a rematch.
Don't even say that. I don't even want to hear it.
It's true. Everyone sees it coming.
Yeah, it does. Okay, so enough Eagles talk because I'm just going to get sick. We got a couple wide receiver moves around the league. Jacoby Myers going to Jacksonville. Yeah. I'm sorry to all Brian Thomas fantasy football owners. I apologize because you guys were filled with joy. You probably weren't filled with joy that Travis Hunter got hurt, but you were probably a little happy to see that it's the only person that Trevor Lawrence has the ball to throw to. Not anymore. They got Jacoby Myers now. So I apologize to all Brian Thomas fantasy owners.
Is Jacoby Myers the most mid-wide receiver
you
out
can
there?
Put him in your starting fantasy lineup every week. He's going to give you 8 to 12 points.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he's the most surefire guy to give you 8 to 12.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, he'll probably catch a touchdown. If not, he's going to have 4 receptions for 60 yards.
Yeah.
And that's it.
He's a solid guy to put in the flex every year.
Yeah, if you're down a receiver and you're like, hey, I see Jacoby Myers at the top of the waiver wire. Let me pick him up this week. He's that guy. If you're in a 10-man league, Jacoby Myers is always that guy that's getting streamed.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
He's that guy at the top of the waiver wire. Hey, let me just add him this week because my second wide receiver is on a bye. Or I got 2 running backs on the bye. I got to start the other 2, and I got to play somebody in the flex. Let me pick up Jacoby Myers.
He's all reliable.
Yeah, all reliable.
You need a few points, put him out there. He's all reliable.
He's literally that guy.
Yeah, I know. He's like Tyler Lockett was years ago. I mean, same position.
Tyler Lockett had the ability to be explosive, though. Tyler Lockett had some games where he was putting up like 30 points. Jacoby Myers is not that guy.
Yeah.
He
had maybe 1 boom game last year.
Wait, maybe at most. He's not. Listen, he's not putting up explosive numbers. He's not going to give you 0 points. He's going to be mid. He's going to be middle of the road. He's not going to win you a game. He's not really going to lose you a game.
Not at all.
Great waiver wire pickup. And then
Rashid
Shaheed. Yeah. Going from New Orleans to the Seahawks. So he's got to be thrilled.
You know that man's popping a bottle of champagne on his flight to
Going from Tyler Shuck to Sam Darnold. That's crazy. I mean, going to one of the most electric offenses in the league and top defenses. Seattle, another Super Bowl contender. They just put an ass whooping on the Commanders the other night. That game was over the minute the ball was kicked off.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I feel like I refreshed the app and it was 7-0.
Yeah.
Seahawks. What's stupid is I bet JSN to have 2+ touchdowns, and the Seahawks had 28 points in like 3 minutes, and nothing was to JSN. It was all to receivers. Like Troy Bolton had 2 touchdowns.
Troy Bolton?
Yeah.
Troy Bolton's from High School Musical.
Who was it that scored 2 touchdowns? For
Troy Horton?
Troy Horton. Tory Horton. I don't even know his name. That's what I'm saying. Troy Bolton's out there. Could probably catch.
Oh, Wildcats.
He could probably catch 2 touchdowns from Sam Darnold right now. He's fucking dealing, man.
He is. He didn't have an incompletion in the first half.
Let me see. What the hell is that guy's name? Horton? Torrey Horton? Who the hell caught these touchdowns? I got to do a little bit of research.
All right, so while you're looking that up, let me just recap our trade deadline.
You're right.
I think this
Johnny.
is a big headline.
Torrey Horton for 2.
Who is it, Peyton?
Torrey Horton for 2 touchdowns.
Torrey Horton, Troy Bolton, Torrey Horton. I don't give a fuck.
Seahawks by 31.
Seahawks by whatever they won by.
All right, so let me just give a quick recap on where we're at. And this is a tweet from Douglas Clawson from CBS Sports. Because I think this is he pulled some stats, which I think this is great. He said, what a whale of a day. With time to spare, the clock strikes 4 p.m. This is historic data from the deadline. It's the most players traded in season in the past 25 seasons. There was 25 players traded within the season, tied for the most first-round picks, which was 3 in season in the past 25 years, which was 2019 was the other time that was dealt. Sauce Gardner is the second player dealt for 2 first-round picks in season since 1990. The other was Jalen Ramsey, who the Rams nabbed a few years later and won the Super Bowl that year. Gardner's old team, the New York Jets, are the first team with multiple in-season trades for first-round picks in the past 25 seasons. That's crazy to me.
Yeah, that's a pretty wild stat. It turned into the NBA trade deadline.
It did. It got wild today. I mean, I think everybody... No, if you ask somebody, like, when's the MLB trade deadline? July 31st. You know it. Like, it's like, nobody knows when the fucking NFL trade deadline is. I couldn't tell you. At the beginning of the season, what week is trade deadline in? I wouldn't know it was week 9.
No. I just don't think the NFL has as much drama when it comes to trades. I feel like it's more of an off-season thing, not in-season thing, because we've seen it in years past. You know, Micah Parsons obviously asking out before the start of the season. Myles Garrett was in trade rumors all off-season because these guys are having contract issues. But mid-season, typically, these NFL teams are pretty set in stone in the direction they're going, and there's no major players being dealt. And tanking teams, it's really hard to tank in the NFL, especially because a lot of these owners are greedy and they want to make money, and you're not making money if people aren't showing up to the games. And the only way people are showing up to the games is if there's actually players on the field that are watchable.
Yeah.
And it's pretty safe to say that the Jets just made the full-on tanking move today. So I hope it works out for them because Jets fans have been miserable for so long. But yeah, you're right. Crazy NFL trade deadline off of a pretty wild week 9 too.
Yeah, so now let's get back to what we were just talking about because I think we were already on the topic. We might as well stay with the topic. Why the fuck is Jayden Daniels in the game down 31? Can we ask that question? Can we please just put that question out there? Like, I want to apologize to all Commanders fans. I feel so bad because this is such a New York Giants move.
I don't want to sit here and say listen, coming from a miserable franchise, from a miserable fan base like the Giants, who seem to be 2-7 every single year, I can't say I feel bad for your team coming off an NFC Championship game, but in this point, you really have to.
Yeah.
Because the Commanders fans have not had shit since the 90s. They had the worst owner of all sports owners in all-time history of history.
So
he was Dan Schneider, a piece of shit. Everybody knew that. And the Commanders fans, the Washington fans could do nothing forever. They just had to sit there and just be the most miserable franchise. They finally get their guy last year, Jayden Daniels. Stellar rookie season. This year's been a little bit of a struggle. He's been bouncing in and out with injuries, having to deal with Marcus Mariota as their quarterback, losing some games that they probably shouldn't have lost. Obviously, playoff hopefuls coming one game away from the Super Bowl last year, and then for this to happen to their franchise quarterback. I don't know if you guys saw, but the elbow was just snapped in the wrong way.
Don't go look at it if you hate injuries.
It got snapped in the wrong way, and you're right, in a game where he absolutely should not have been out there.
I don't want to paint a picture that's bad for Commanders fans, but I'm going to paint a picture that's bad for Commanders fans. When was the last time they had a young phenom quarterback that suffered a season-ending injury?
It was RG3. It was RG3.
At the end of his rookie season.
Yeah.
This is halfway into year 2.
And they have not been
RG3
relative since.
And RG3 was not the same when he came back.
But this isn't... RG3 had a knee problem. And Jayden Daniels is having... I think it's his left elbow, right?
It's his left elbow.
So it's not his throwing arm. I think he's going to recover from this just fine. It's not a torn ACL. It's not a torn Achilles. It's a completely dislocated elbow. I understand it looked absolutely atrocious. And I hope and pray that he's okay. But that's on the coaching at the end of the day. That you can't throw your quarterback out there and expect him not to compete. I'm sorry. It's not in any athlete's nature. I mean, fuck. I play men's league basketball, and when I go out there, I'm competing. Like, I'm playing the game that I love. I'm going hard. And for an NFL quarterback, he's not going to go out there and half-ass the game. It's not going to happen. He's trying to improv. He's going to make plays, you know? He's not going to go out there and just be like, oh, hey, let me just throw this pass up. Hey, let me just get sacked in the pocket. I don't give a shit. No, that's not his nature. He didn't get to the NFL by being lackadaisical just because his team's losing. So that's on Dan Quinn. But that's honestly on coaching for not pulling his ass out of the game and putting in a backup.
Can I make a counterpoint, though? Jayden Daniels this entire season has been hurt. Like, he has struggled to see the field all year. You know this guy is at risk of injury. You know he's been dealing with problems.
This was a freak. This is a freak. That's a freak injury.
Yeah, it's a freak injury. But what I'm saying is, regardless of the injury that he got, that was way out of the picture. He's been hurt all year. Doesn't matter. He could have re-aggravated anything. He could have re-hurt anything. And I pray to God he has a good, speedy recovery. But all I got to say is, why the fuck are you keeping a quarterback out there that you know has been dealing with injuries all year? In garbage time. Marcus Mariota's been playing for you guys, starting games you need to win. Obviously, you have to trust him a little bit.
That's what I just blame this all on coaching. It sounded like you were going to make a different point, and then you made the same point that I just made.
No, I was just saying another reason as why they shouldn't have.
It's the same thing I said. You literally just said the same thing that I said.
Well, you said it's on coaching. Yes, it is on coaching, but I'm saying he's been hurt all year.
Yeah,
he should have been in the game I was trying to make.
Also, Sam Darnold is really good. Sam Darnold is a really good quarterback. Whatever happened last year with the Vikings was not a fluke because everyone thought it was, Kevin O'Connell. He had Justin Jefferson. He had Jordan Addison. He had TJ Hawkinson. He had weapons everywhere. He had a great coach. He played indoors. Well, now he's doing it in Seattle, outdoors, with a head coach in his second year JSN has turned into one of the best receivers in the league, no doubt. But that's also because of Sam Darnold's play. At the end of the day, it's because of Sam Darnold's play. It goes hand in hand. He's getting open, and Sam Darnold is getting him the ball. And it's incredible to watch. He deserves all the money he's made. And it's awesome to see him rise up from seeing ghosts. Literally, he's been an NFL journeyman. He was with the Jets, and then he found himself with the 49ers. Succeeded on the Vikings. With the Panthers. Hell, he was with the Panthers. And now to see him, last year everybody thought the Vikings were Super Bowl contenders. Yes, and they shit the bed in the last 2 weeks of the season. But Seattle's for real. That defense is incredible. The offense is clicking on every single level possible. And for him to be perfect in that first half, I think he was 17 for 17 with like 280 yards and 4 touchdowns. That's a crazy stat line. And if you would have said 6 years ago that Sam Darnold was still in the league, putting up MVP numbers on one of the best teams in the league, props to him. Props to him. I'm going to give him his flowers as well. He deserves it. And it's fun to see Seattle be a really fun and competitive team again because those fans deserve it.
They do.
They do.
So, other notable games.
The NFC West is crazy.
Oh, it's
the
bananas.
NFC West. Arizona even got back to 3-5 with their win against Dallas. That game not very eventful. But shit, they're not a terrible team. They got all 5 of their losses.
Jacoby Brissett's coming down swinging now.
All 5 of their losses are within a score, I think. I think they lost 3 games in a row off of game-winning field goals, and they're 3-5. They get a good win against Dallas.
They had the abysmal Titans loss. Remember that?
The abysmal Titans loss. And then you got the Rams, Seahawks, and the 49ers. The Rams and the Seahawks are Super Bowl contenders, 1,000%. The 49ers are in the playoff picture right now. They're just very injured. So I don't know if they're Super Bowl contenders, but they got about one of the. They're at the top of the division.
They're 6-3.
They're 6-3. They're a game back from the Seahawks and from the Rams. But I'm hesitant to call them contenders because of their injury and because of their injury luck. But still, to be 6-3, you got to be doing something right.
You have to be. Let's just look at this for example. Doesn't that division also have like the weakest strength of schedule this year?
It doesn't matter. When you're winning football games, you're winning football games.
Yeah.
And they all got to play each other. Just think about it. All those teams, the Seahawks got to play the Rams and the 49ers twice. That's 4
and
games
they've all
in their
been
schedule.
Every time they played, it's been great games.
Yep.
Niners-Cardinals was a game-winning field goal against the Cardinals. Think about that Rams 49ers Thursday night game where it went to overtime.
So did Kyler Murray get benched?
I don't know if he's hurt, if he's benched, or what, but they said they're going to evaluate his injury 4 to 8 weeks now.
4 to 8 weeks?
4 to 8 weeks.
He's benched. That's them saying I think they can't admit it because they spent all that money on him. And it's like, hey, Jacoby Brissett is actually better. That's really sad to say.
So he's hurt.
Does Kyler give the Sacramento Athletics a call? Hey, guys, reunion?
Yeah.
I've been taking some BP.
Can I come back to baseball?
I've been taking some ground balls. You know?
Yeah.
He might have to do it. A really weird career for Kyler. Isn't it just... At the beginning of every year, we're like, oh, Kyler Murray. Ooh. Like, really good fantasy option. Maybe matured. Coming back, making some plays. And then every year, I feel like around this time, it's like... Kyler Murray.
We should know by now Kyler's not going to grow as a quarterback.
No.
Physically and skill-wise.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting decision for the Cardinals going forward. I mean, because if you brought in Jacoby Brissett as a backup after he bounced around for... I mean, wasn't he on the Colts? He was on the Colts, right?
Who?
Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah.
I mean...
He was on the Browns for a little bit, too.
I don't even know. He's another journeyman.
But
look.
All right, so let's talk about the crazy end of the 1 o'clock slate.
Can we talk about Bears-Bengals, craziest game of the year?
Yeah, that's what I said. The crazy end of the 1 o'clock slate.
Bengals-Bears, I mean... Bengals fans have just got to be just...
Lose to the Jets. Lose to the Jets last week.
And after being up 14.
After being up 14.
That was 2 weeks ago.
Was it 2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago. Yeah. What was it?
I think it was back-to-back weeks they lost like this. Great podcasting.
The Jets were last week. You're right.
Imagine. That's what I'm saying.
You're right.
Losing the Jets game like that.
Well, they had this game lost. Let's be honest. The Bears beat them, and then the Bengals go down the field. They score a quick touchdown, and then somehow the Bears blow the onside kick. That is unacceptable, especially when you have to announce the onside kick is coming. It's like, hey, honey,
the guy's leg.
I'm coming in. Like, put some pants on or something, and you just stay there butt-ass naked. That's like some kids getting on, and they see the parents coming up, and they just keep on going. And they leave the door wide open, and you don't convert. Like, put some pants on, man. Recover the onside kick. I don't know what else to tell you. That's horrendous on the Bears' part. But then for the Bengals defense to turn around and let up a 50-something yard touchdown to Coast and Loveland, that's a pukable offense.
Pukable.
That's a leaving the fan base offense.
All right. Can we make a point, though? You gave me shit last week about Joe Flacco being old and not being elite. And I admit it. Yes, he's old. He's maybe not as elite. But he made 470 yards, never thrown for that before in his career.
Joe Flacco has got to be the greatest. Hey, our quarterback tore his ACL week 1. Can you come out and just throw 50 times to the best receiver and just put up a shit ton of stats and make us a watchable team?
470 yards and 4 touchdowns.
This is just inexcusable by the Bears, too. The Bears, what are the Bears, 5-3? The Bears are 5-3, but are they 5-3?
On paper.
I mean, yeah. I mean, this is just the weirdest team in the NFL, man. I mean, they had that comeback against the Commanders, which the Commanders blew that game with the Jayden Daniels fumble. And then they won this game, and then they lost this game, and then somehow the Bengals lost it again. It's just no team wanted to win this game, and it was like, hey, whippity-doo-dah, Colston Loveland, touchdown, game over. It's like the Bengals fans, Joe Burrow's hurt every year, and just for them to get a little taste of the Super Bowl in 2021, and then just every year to be like, hey, maybe this is the year we stay healthy, and it's just every year it just gets stripped away from them. Every single year. And I feel bad because the state of Ohio, except for Ohio State, just really sucks. Just really sucks to be a sports fan there. Just think about it. The Bengals every year blow it. You got the Cleveland Browns. The Guardians made it to the World Series 10 years ago. 10 years ago now. The Cavs are a great regular season team and just absolutely get on their knees in the playoffs and suck whoever's dick that they're playing in the first round.
Yeah.
It's just brutal, man. And listen, they got Ohio State. They got Ohio State football. And that's what they got.
And that's why they're such assholes about it.
The Columbus Blue Jackets? Are we going to get excited about the Columbus Blue Jackets?
I'm not kidding.
I couldn't even name you one player on the Columbus Blue Jackets.
Yeah, me neither.
I'm not a hockey guy, but listen.
And that's our puck talk for the month.
Ohio, you just got to feel bad. I'm sorry. It's just, that was a brutal way to lose.
Oh, yeah. Horrible.
That was us with the Broncos 2 weeks ago. Literally the same thing. You had the game won, which they didn't really have it won. But then they blew it. And then they didn't blow it. They did the opposite of blow it. They got it back, and then they blew it.
Yeah.
Which is exactly what the Giants did when Dart scored the touchdown, and then they still gave up the lead.
Okay, let's talk about another crazy ending.
Recover onside kicks.
Recover onside kicks.
Onside kicks should be impossible to recover if you're the Bears. That's got to light you on fire. And they still got the win. That's just luck. So it's got to be luck at some point. If you let up an onside kick, you should automatically lose the game.
I don't disagree. All right, we need to bring in Peyton. He's been quiet this episode.
Oh, yeah.
But we got to talk about this Broncos-Texans game. It's got to be done.
Peyton, just your thoughts.
It's
No questions. Your thoughts.
The Broncos have already gaped us this year. So how does it feel to be joined on that Broncos?
Horrible watch.
That Broncos.
So I had to watch this game at a wedding. So we had the phone propped up. I was with the family. My family's way into it. And it was just, I started watching right at halftime. So CJ Stroud ends up getting hurt on a fair hit. It was his fault. He should have gone down. He's cooked. He looked like a potato. And so now we get Davis Mills behind center again, and you knew the game was cooked. Like, the hope immediately went out. It was like, okay, here we go. And we had the win. I mean, we were going into the last 6 or 8, 9 minutes. I mean, it was towards the end of the game, and we're like, just hold on. Hold on. Hold on. And we just threw it away every single time. And all we had to do was really run the clock out, and it was a 3-and-out at the end. It was just brutal. It was such a bad watch. And, I mean, fair enough. Denver was favored to win that game, in my opinion. I mean, they're the better team.
They weren't favored, though. Weren't the Texans?
The Texans were favored by a point and a half.
They were favored, but I'm saying as, like, going into that game, come on. The Broncos are the better team. We're 3 and 4.
Are they actually the better team?
5 and 2
I think
versus
that's
3
a real
and 4.
discussion. Looking at a record standpoint, look at how many shootouts the Broncos have won this year by luck.
Yes, but they're you say by luck, but they're winning them consistently. Texans have
they're
the Chiefs of last season.
They're the one-score win team this year. It's the Vikings from 2 years ago.
The Chiefs from last year.
It's the Chiefs from last year. It's the team that just wins every one-score game out of luck. And then guess what? Next year, the Broncos are going to be dog shit. Because that's how it is. Can I say this? I have notes on this. Peyton, do you have any lasting notes as a Texans fan besides the fact that the season is done? The season's officially over.
The season's cooked. Yeah, we're chopped fried chicken roe. We're done. And yes. I would say when it was going into that final drive, and my dad's like, game's over. I'm like, it's not over. And he's like, we just lost to the Broncos like that. And then they kicked the field goal to win. And I was like, this, I don't know, so defeating. Hit me with your notes, Johnny. What you got?
Is there a worse feeling than wagering U.S. currency on a football game and you open up the screen and it's fathead Davis Mills as the quarterback? Is there any worse feeling on planet Earth? I'm just curious.
Oh my gosh, it's so bad.
I don't even think I can place the amount of dollar bills that I have. I don't even think it would take up all of Davis Mills' forehead. There is no worse feeling. I'm telling you.
The fact that both of our teams choke leads to the Broncos.
Fucking Davis Mills and my hard-earned U.S. currency is riding on that. It's hopeless. I might as well have taken a shit and wiped my ass with whatever dollar bills I placed on Davis.
Did you or did you not press the green button?
Well, I didn't expect
the place bet. Did you or did you not take your finger and hit place bet?
I also listen. I want to blame FanDuel. This is on FanDuel because their website was down all afternoon, and I got no cash out option. I could have cashed out, half of what I wagered, but I'm going to take it because of Davis Mills. I'm not letting it ride on Davis Mills. I'm going to take my cash and take my bet and place it on something else stupid. But guess what? I'm bled dry because FanDuel was down all day. How are you down on NFL Sunday? How is your website not working on it? Get your shit together. That's bullshit. I should have been refunded or at least given a partial cash out instead of letting my actual U.S. currency riding on Davis fucking Mills. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to get fired up about this. That's bullshit. Your website cannot go down on NFL Sunday. If you want to go down on NBA Wednesday on ESPN when whoever the fuck is announcing the game, that's fine. Different story. Not NFL Sunday. I'm sorry. You only get 18 of those plus playoffs per year. That cannot happen. Also, CJ Stroud stay in the game. Texans need better offensive line.
Instead of doing this with your hand, which is using your pointer finger, you need to put it up high in the air. And say, I put U.S. currency on the Houston Texans. That was your first problem.
The game was a win. They had the game won. They blew the game. It was the right bet.
It's the Houston Texans.
I bet on the defense. And you know what? The defense did their job. The defense held the Broncos to 18 points. Not to mention, Peyton can vouch. D'Amico Ryans, terrible clock management at the end of the game. Get the game to overtime. You're at home. You never know what could happen. You could have a muffed punt. You could have a turnover by Bo Nix. Get the game to OT. Bad clock management. 2 incomplete passes. Broncos have 2 timeouts. They march right down the field and kick the field goal like they always do. You know the Broncos are the voodoo fourth quarter team at this point. Don't fuck with it. Get it to overtime and see what happens. Or get the tie and have my bet push.
This is all you needed to do. Hand up. Hey, so I'll ask you this question. You had the same pain betting Kirk Cousins last week with the Falcons.
That was my fault because
and you betting the Houston Texans was not? That's an obtuse comment. You woke up that morning and said, hey, I'm going to put U.S. currency on the Houston fucking Texans today.
No, but the problem is that C.J. Stroud went out in the middle of the game. Kirk Cousins was on me because I thought Kirk Cousins had a tiny bit of juice. He has no juice.
So you're telling me if they said Davis Mills is a shot to play today, you were all out?
I'm out. I'm not betting the Texans. No. Hell no.
You just said you bet them because of their defense. So you just countered your own point.
No, but here's the point. C.J. Stroud, when C.J. Stroud was in the game, the Texans were winning the game. They weren't dominating the game. But Peyton, what was the score at one point? It was like 15-3, right, or 15-6.
Yeah, it was 15-7 for when I jumped in because we had a bunch of field goals. But
for a good bit, they had the game won. They had the game in hand.
But the clock was it was winding down. It was kind of like, oh, this game should kind of fade out. Because we had the ball.
Yeah, they had no chance to score when C.J. Stroud went out of the game. They were stuck at 15.
Yeah,
they were. So.
All right, one more crazy ending. We got to give our flowers to this team. The Carolina Panthers are back.
They're 5-4.
5-4. Above 500. They beat the Packers. I asked you this last week on the podcast about if the Panthers win this game, are they back? And you said, it's the Panthers. They're not back. It's the Panthers. So I just want to say, I hyped up the Panthers last week and gave them a shot to win this game. And you shit on me. You said the Packers have no shot at losing this game. And they lost. Now I am unfortunately, I have to say this. This is a hand up moment on me. I bet on Jordan Love 2 weeks ago when they played the Steelers on Sunday Night Football, and I made an agreement with my friends that if Jordan Love pulled that game out, the -3, when they were down in the first half, that I would not talk bad about Jordan Love for one whole month. So I'm not allowed to say anything bad about Jordan Love. But I am allowed to talk shit about the Packers. How the fuck do you lose to the Panthers at home? How the fuck do you lose to the Browns? What the fuck are these losses?
Letdown games. That's all. It's games that they're not prepared for. Who do the Packers play next week? The Packers play the Eagles, I think.
Eagles.
Obviously, they were looking ahead.
And they're favored by 3.5.
Listen, it's going to be. I think the Packers are going to mollywop the Eagles next week. I think they're going to wipe them clean off.
Pissed off game. Jordan Love got to come back.
So the Panthers have some really weird games this year. So they beat the Jets in that horrendous game. They beat the Cowboys in that off of field goal. They beat the Packers on a game-winning field goal. They absolutely trounced Atlanta 30-0, which was a crazy game. But then they have games where they have just gotten absolutely shit-pucked. I mean, they got blown out by the Bills. And they got blown out by the Pats. But they're above 500. And if you're a Panthers fan, and you would have taken this from the get-go. If you would have said to any Panthers fan, hey, no matter what happens in Week 9, you're going to be 5-4. I think they'd sign up for that.
I think they would have signed up for 3-6.
I don't think they're going to make the playoffs, but this is awesome for the Panthers to see.
They are officially put themselves in the hunt graphic.
Everyone thought that they were going to be a dead-in-the-water team as soon as Bryce Young got through his first season, and then he was even worse in the second season. And then he was kind of dog shit to start this year, let's be honest. But, man, their defense is really good. They got J.C. Horn. They got Derek Brown. They got playmakers on the defensive side of the ball. And then on offense, man, they got Tet. They got the rookie. Bryce Young is not putting up amazing stats, but he's winning games.
Dowdle.
And Rico Dowdle has been an absolute revelation at the running back position. He's putting up incredible stats in these wins week after week. And it's really fun to see. It's good to have football back in Carolina for the first time really since Cam Newton.
All right, I'll say this. I've been shitting on the Panthers all year. If the Panthers somehow, by some miracle, make it to the NFC Championship, I'll buy a Rico Dowdle jersey. I'll do it.
South Carolina alum.
Put it in writing. I'll buy a Rico Dowdle jersey.
We're gonna be wearing Rico Dowdle and Daniel Jones jerseys.
Imagine if the Super Bowl this year is Panthers Colts.
Panthers legitimately can win.
I cannot believe I just said Super Bowl.
The Panthers can legitimately win their next. They're home against the Saints next week, who are in contention again to get the number. It's really three bad teams in the NFL. They got the Saints next week, and then they play at Atlanta. I think it gets a little tougher, but still, I mean, we'll see what happens. Maybe the Panthers can get to 8-9 this year, and I would call that a very successful season for them.
Yeah.
By the way, my college roommate has a ticket for the Panthers to win the NFC. So I'll pull him for it if they somehow get there.
If they beat the Eagles in the NFC Championship, I think that'd be the greatest day of my life.
That'd be so fucking
Other notable 1 o'clock games.
Brock Bowers, really good. I want to wrap up.
That's not a 1 o'clock game.
I know, but
I just want to say, how the fuck did the Lions lose to the Vikings? I just want to mention that.
J.J. McCarthy. I mean, J.J. McCarthy. So the Lions had that field goal blocked at the end of the game, which was tragic because it would have been a tie game. But J.J. McCarthy made plays when he needed to, and on that third down, when the Lions had no timeouts left, he made an absolutely perfect back shoulder throw to convert the first down, which ended the game. It did. The Lions had no timeouts left. He drove the Vikings down the field when they needed to score, and the Vikings' defense was incredible. I mean, Jared Goff got nothing going. I know the Lions put up 24 points, but it was a struggle all day.
I don't think it was going to be a shootout when Laporta scored that touchdown right off rip.
Yeah, but listen,
Vikings
Brian Flores' defense was back in action, and they took it to Detroit. In Detroit, critical win for the Vikings. They needed to get back on track. And in a game where the Packers lost an unexpected game to the Panthers, that's a situation where the Lions have to take advantage of it because it's a bout for that division. And that was a chance to get right back in the division.
And the Vikings and the Bears both win. They're right back in it.
NFC North and NFC West, absolute powerhouses. Yep. So.
All right. Brock Bowers.
Yeah,
you can make your Brock Bowers point.
He won me my fantasy matchup this week.
Dog.
37 points is great.
A butt touchdown.
He makes
Scored a touchdown with his butt.
He makes the Raiders a decent watch. He is very fun to watch.
It was a hell of a game.
A great game, and then for them to go for 2, and then
you have to though. You can't.
Oh yeah, no, you're not playing for anything. You're not going for the playoffs. It's not a game.
It does bring up. This was really interesting to me though. It does bring up the strategy of whether or not, because this is the first time in NFL history 2 touchdowns have been scored in overtime. It does bring up the strategy of what does a team want to do first, whether they get the ball or receive. Because now we've seen that if the team that receives first scores a touchdown, the second team's not going to have a lot of time. And 2, they're going to have a decision on whether or not they got to go for the win. So it's whether or not you want to put yourself in the position to where you trust your defense or your offense more. And I think that was a very interesting thing we got to look at when it comes to future overtimes.
I think if you're that team too, if you're the team who gets the ball second, and let's say the other team kicks a field goal, or even scores a touchdown, when you get the ball second, you're automatically 4 downs every single possession because you're not punting.
Yeah.
You know, but if you're a team that gets the ball first, you're punting. You know, you have one bad drive, and then boom, all the other team has to do is get to the 40-yard line with these kickers. Cam Little, 68-yarder, broke the record. So
have to mention
all these kickers just have to get to midfield, and they're in range. So I think it's slowly becoming an option to defer and get the ball second. But I don't know. It's going to be really interesting to see how it fares out, especially the playoffs. What the playoffs is going to be.
Yeah, and then one more from the early slates was Bills Chiefs. I mean,
Josh Allen owns Patrick Mahomes,
Patrick Mahomes
in the regular season.
He's MVP. He's won it.
And the odds have reflected it, but we'll see what happens.
He's got to have a major meltdown now.
Yeah.
Lamar's been out. He's got no other contest. Mahomes can win every other fucking game. It doesn't matter.
It does matter. If the Chiefs...
When it comes down to it, when the voting comes down to it, you're going to say Josh Allen bested Patrick Mahomes in the game. Did you not see the stats from that game? He legit played so much better than Mahomes.
It is funny. We know it's going to happen. Bills won this game. The Chiefs are going to beat them in the playoffs.
Yeah. 5-1 against them in the regular season. It doesn't matter because you can't win the game.
I got news for you. Patrick Mahomes does not give a flying fuck about the MVP.
No.
Does not, unless it's a Super Bowl MVP.
That is true.
That's all that matters to him.
Okay.
Got news.
Well.
That's where we're at. So.
All right. Ultimate Trio time?
Yep. Ultimate Trio time as we get into double digits. Week 10.
Oh, I can't believe it.
We are halfway through the season.
This season's flying by.
This season's flying by, and if you're...
notice how we didn't even mention the Giants, because we're just that done.
Not talking about the Giants. I don't give a fuck.
So, last week,
terrible to say.
Anthony, in our little pre-talk, he only thought he got 1 point. He actually got 2. So, he stays in the lead with 19 points. He picked Jahmyr Gibbs, didn't drop. Johnny and I...
Minus 210, by the way.
But Johnny and I both got the anytime touchdowns with Josh Jacobs and Marvin Harrison Jr., but I also picked the Steelers to cover the points against the Colts, which they ended up winning. So, great. But I have 15 points. Johnny has 16. So, it's Anthony with 19, Johnny with 16, and me with 15 as we go into Week 10. This week, I have first pick on the spread, and then it goes Johnny, you have first pick on the over-under, and Anthony, you'll have first pick on anytime touchdown. Does that sound good? That's just based on last week.
Sounds
Perfect.
fantastic.
Okay.
Perfect.
So, this week, I was really struggling. I feel like there's a decent few games this week. But I'm going to go with Pittsburgh plus 2.5 over the Chargers. Why are you laughing, Anthony?
Good pick. Good pick. I'm just laughing because I'm looking at some of these lines.
Okay.
Some crazy lines this week.
I'm
So
just
you
looking
got
at some of these
Pittsburgh,
lines.
and my book says Pittsburgh plus 3, but I'll give you the plus. So, I mean, if you want to take the plus 3, Peyton, I got plus 3 right in front of me.
It's cool. I'm going to take the plus 2.5. It'll be fine.
Okay. All right.
Take what I got. So that
You're
would
next
go
on spreads,
into, I think, Johnny, you have first pick next time. So, Anthony, you have second pick. I think
All right,
that's
Ant. Who do you got for your spread?
Here's the thing. I think the Ravens are all the way back. I'm going to take a minus 3.5 against the Vikings this week.
All right. My pick?
Yeah.
If I'm going to push it to Monday night, give me the Green Bay Packers minus 2.5.
Said it earlier in the pod. I knew you were going there.
Yep. I like that. All right. So am I first on the total?
Yeah.
I'm first on the total. Give me the over 48.5 in the Giants-Bears.
I like it. I think there's going to be a lot of points. Bears defense showed last week. They suck. The Giants secondary is about the worst thing I've ever seen on earth.
Yep. Giants can put up points. Bears can put up points. I like the over in that game.
Okay. And then I have the next pick. I'm going to go with the
Over
over
48.5.
on the 40.5 New Orleans and Carolina game because I might be going to that game. So I just want to pick it for the sake that I might be there.
Pick it for points.
Yeah, I'm just going for the over 40.5.
And I have 30. I have 39.5. So you are welcome to take 39.5.
I'll take 40. It's
I will
fine.
get-
Whatever. I use ESPN for the record, and I kind of just chill with ESPN.
We all use
because that's
different
how I
sports
get
books.
it.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah. So
We just need a sports book to sponsor
We
us
need a
because we'll
sports
use
book
it.
sponsor.
There you
That's what
go.
we need.
Sports book, reach out to us, sponsor us. We will use your sports book any day of the week. All right. I'll leave it up to you guys. Let's go democracy vote here. Can we do that? Can we do that? Can we do it?
No, I want you to take your own fucking
well,
pick.
what are your thoughts?
No, can we
Ant?
do it?
What's going through your mind?
I think we should. No, it's just gonna be a blind test because I have numbers 1 and 2 in my head. You're just gonna pick 1 or 2. Pick 1 or 2.
2.
All right. I'm going over Browns Jets 37.5.
Oh, how is anybody going to score in that game? 37.5. 37.5. 37.5. 37.5. 37.5. 37.5. 37.5. 37.5. 37.5. 37.5. 37.5. 37.5. 37.5. 37.5. 37.5. 37.5. 37.5. 37.5. 37.5. 37.5. 37.5. 37.5. 37.5. 37.5. 37.5. 37.5. 37.5. 37.5. 37.5. 37.5. 37.5. 37.5. 37.5. 37.5. 37.5. 37.5. 37.5. 37.5. 37.5. 37.5. 37.5. 37.5. 37.5. 37.5. 37.5. 37.5. 37.5. 37.5. 37.5. 37.5. 37.5. 37.5. 37.5. 37.5. 37.5. 37.5. 37.5. 37.5. 37.5. 37.5. 37.5. 37.5. 37.5. 37.5. 37.5. 37.5. 37.5. 37.5. 37.5. 37.5. 37.5. 37.5. Please explain to me
I
how
don't know.
anybody's going to score.
You know what my other option was? Over in the Jags-Texans, 37.5. There was 2 lines set at 37.5. I said go pick option 1
If
or
there's
2.
any lines in the 30s, that's an automatic under. Automatic.
I won one earlier this year in the London game.
All right.
So it was 38.5. So yeah, over Browns-Jets, 37.5.
All
We all
right.
picked
I
over
guess-
this
and
week.
you're
We all went over.
and you should be first on touchdown scorer.
Yeah.
Anthony, Johnny, and then me for the touchdown.
I'm going to the well, Jonathan Taylor. I mean, I haven't picked him yet this year, so he didn't
pick.
score last week. So playing the Falcons, I'm going to the well. Jonathan
I
Taylor.
thought you had picked him.
You might have picked him.
When?
I don't know.
Let me
When did
check.
I pick Jonathan?
I have a sheet for this. I have been tracking.
I really hope you picked him.
Anthony picked Jonathan Taylor in week 7.
Fuck!
Oh, that wasn't even that long ago. Have I picked Jonathan Taylor?
Well, I mean,
I have picked
gotta
Jonathan
find-
Taylor. I picked him in week 5. And Johnny, you have not picked Jonathan Taylor. No.
All right, you know what?
You
Fine.
did.
Fuck it.
No, you lost.
I'm gonna
Wait, you picked him. You can't change your pick. That's a forfeited pick.
Yeah, you get bounced.
That's
You
a
get
that's a
bounced for
forfeited
this.
pick.
That's a forfeited pick.
That's not a forfeited pick.
That's
you
a
just made
forfeited
picks.
pick.
I moved to last.
You moved to last. All right, Peyton, your pick.
I'm gonna get wonky this week. There are no odds out yet, but I'm gonna go with
There is no odds out.
I'm gonna go with the tight end. He was plus like 400 last week, I think. I tried to backtrack and see it, and I didn't. It was like I think it was plus 400. Double check. We'll check at the end of the week. Cole Kmet, the tight end for the Bears against the Giants.
Oh, we got a double tight end off. I got Theo Johnson as my pick. We got a double tight end off in the same game. We need all the
Okay.
tight end tutties in that game.
All right.
Theo Johnson, New York Giants.
All right, fine. I'll pick my medicine and I'll go last. I'm gonna go Trey Tucker plus 320.
Do we have odds on Theo Johnson?
No, I don't have any other odds. Let's assume they're all for 2 points. That's the best way to do it.
Trey Tucker's not
probably
for
pretty
2
close.
points.
Yeah, he is. He's plus 320. I'm staring at the odds in the face
Yep,
right now.
he is.
Is he really?
He has
Then I should have
proof.
picked that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
How do
staring
you-
at
you
the
already
in
have
the
odds
face
out?
right now. Yeah,
You have odds
I'm looking. I'm staring it right in the face. It's because it's the Thursday night game.
Makes sense.
Okay, good deal.
That's a good
I checked a bunch of people and I didn't see any odds. I was like, all right. Dang, that's a good
Yeah,
pick.
I'm staring it right in
How
the
is he
face.
2 points?
Plus 320.
He's in a
It's
decent
plus
team.
320. I'm staring. Johnny's looking at the
I know,
odds
I'm
too.
surprised.
This is the same book.
I'm
Yeah.
surprised.
All right. Well, we are officially in double digits weeks. NFL season is absolutely ripping.
Did you give a standings update? I may have missed it.
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
19, 16,
Yeah.
50.
All right, good. I missed it. I wasn't.
Yep.
I was fucking locked in on these lines, and I was laughing at the 37.5 from the Jets
All right.
Browns, and I really wanted to deal with it.
I know it's old news, but do we want to mention the World Series real quick?
Yeah, congrats to the Dodgers.
Dodgers win in
sucks.
probably the craziest Game 7 ever, one of the craziest series ever, and I'm sorry to Toronto Blue Jays fans. That's all I'm going to say. That's the extent. They were 3 inches away from winning the World Series.
How do you not take a lead? I just don't understand how you're 1 inch off the bag, and then how do you not run through the base on a force out?
Or slide headfirst. I mean, I think if you slide headfirst and extend with your arm, you're there. Sliding on your ass ain't getting you there.
But run through the bag, it's a force out.
And Yamamoto's a robot. Yamamoto's a robot. There's no way his arm is actual human muscle, blood, and flesh. There's no way. That's a he's got a robot arm. I don't know how else to put it. Peyton, do you have any input? I mean, it's old news. Got to give the
Yeah.
Dodgers a little bit of flowers for coming back in that game. But
It's crazy.
did the Dodgers win it, or did the Blue Jays blow it? That's the
It was a
question.
little bit of both. Obviously, Miggy Rojas did. I mean, come on. Are we expecting him to
He had
hit
his
that
David
type of
Freese
home
moment.
run? No way. And he already talked about how he wants to retire within the next year or two. I wouldn't even be surprised if he calls it an early retirement after that. I mean, what a showing!
You can't
gotta
go out
give
any
it to
better
him.
way.
He did fantastic in the defensive play as well, where he fell back and made that throw. I mean,
Saved the World
It's
Series.
just-
Literally
man,
saved the
it's-
World Series. And then hit the homer.
I mean,
or hit
yeah.
the homer and then saved the World Series.
and Yamamoto.
I mean, it's unbelievable.
Yamamoto is he had 3 wins in the World Series. 3 of their 4 wins. I'm not talking like, oh, he was in a winning game. He got the win. Last time
Got
that
the
happened
win.
was Randy
Crazy.
Johnson for the D-backs in 2000.
And pitched on no days rest.
And yeah, he was
Yep.
ready to go. I mean, he's been their craziest early investment from a offshore player coming in and just the the foreign aspect is tough for a lot of players to grasp. And he's played 2 years, and he has 2 championships, and he's making $300 million, which is a crazy investment, and it's paid off. So you can't really hate the Dodgers too much because they've done everything they've said they would do, and all their players are playing great. But I just feel for the Blue Jays because they had so many young guys who were really breaking out and really doing the whole, what you want to see, like making the exciting plays and really kind of being the story of the year. And I don't know.
And their young core is awesome. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. and Bo Bichette are freaking phenomenal players.
Yep. And it's just so tough to see. It's tough.
Yeah. We at the Tag Team Podcast apologize, and we feel very bad for Toronto Blue Jays fans.
Yeah. Can we just be done with the Dodgers now, though? Can they just, take a year off? Can they just, have this World Series and then, we can just recognize them as the winners next year and then they can just not be in the league next year and then, Can we just be done with the Dodgers for a little bit?
No.
I'm tired of them.
Somebody's got to beat them.
And it's not the Mets.
We're in the era of dynasties. I mean, we got it in hockey. We got it in all 4 sports. The Thunder are going to be a dynasty. They're going to be there every year. The Chiefs have been there every year. The Dodgers have been there and are going to be there every year. And then the Florida Panthers just win the fucking Stanley Cup every year. We literally have dynasties in all 4 sports right now.
It's brutal.
No fun. No parity. I guess that's just how it's going to be.
The baseball before
and of course, the one
year,
team to knock out the dynasty is the fucking Eagles, which is way worse than the dynasty.
Baseball had a lot of different winners, but hasn't basketball had 9 or 8 unique winners in the last something amount of years? Some crazy stuff like that.
When Golden State fell off, it got a lot better.
Basketball
it was 2019,
has had a lot of parity,
right?
But I'm saying, though, the Thunder are going to be a dynasty.
Yeah.
I promise you this is not the only title the Thunder win in the next 3 years. It's just they're too talented. They have too many assets.
Player this year. It's crazy.
Exactly. They did it. It's going to be a dynasty. So... All right.
Do we want to talk
also
basketball, right?
College basketball's
back.
It's back. All I want to say is St. John's. I'm a St. John's fan. I don't know if I declared this on the podcast. They are the number 5 team in the country. They absolutely whooped ass on Quinnipiac yesterday. I'm not going to take that into account. Our first real game is against Alabama. Going to be a very important game. Going to be a very great test for Rick Pitino and the Johnnies. But I'm very excited for this year. They were Big East champs last year. Got eliminated in the second round, very unfortunately.
Shout out to Boise State for losing to a D2 team.
How crazy is that?
Nobody cares about Boise State basketball. Florida Gators, 0-1.
That's why I was doing this. That's why I was... If you're not on the
Played
YouTube,
a very tough Arizona team, though. They had a freshman score 30 points.
I know.
Arizona has always been a very good basketball team. We know they're going to be there at the end of the year. But yeah, very great game. I think that game took place in Vegas, right?
Yep, Vegas.
They're having that big tournament out in Vegas. It's a lot of talented teams.
Johnny, who's your early prediction? You think that St. John's, this is the year for them to win it all? I mean, they look great. And
this is the most talented. This is the most talented St. John's roster they've had in a very long time. They got Ian Jackson from Carolina, and they lost a few players from last year's roster. They had a lot of seniors. But Rick Pitino knows how to win games, and the Big East is good, but I would say not as talented. And I don't know. They got the experience of the tournament for the first time in a long time last year, and I think getting that experience and winning the Big East is going to be big for them coming up in this season. So I don't know. I don't want to say it's St. John's year because college basketball has the most parity. I mean, you can never really make an educated prediction on what's going to happen, but I don't know. I'm looking forward to the season. That's all I can say.
Basketball, you want to throw out a way too early finals championship idea? Just 2 teams and who you think would win? Any
2 teams and screw it.
2 teams and screw it. All right, I'm gonna go Houston, UConn.
UConn.
Houston wins it all.
We're running it back. Houston wins it all. Houston another title. I'm going to say this would be awesome. I'm going to say
Florida won last year.
Florida won last year, yeah. But Houston won. When did Houston win? They won before the UConn years, right?
Yeah.
Or no?
I don't think Houston hasn't won in a long time.
Houston played UConn in the championship.
Houston lost to Florida too.
Yeah, they were in the finals.
You need to brush up on your college basketball history.
Yeah. No, I mean, Johnny,
Hey,
what
do
were
you have
gonna
a
say?
prediction for us while I look this up?
Yeah, so
you go ahead.
there's a few teams that look really great this year. It's so early to predict, of course. I think that UCLA could be really great this year. I think Louisville could be really great this year. My championship's going to be Alabama and Michigan wins it all. Those are the two teams.
Wow. Okay.
They've been great. They're like a 2, 3, even a 1 seed in the last few years. Both teams are in the top 25, and I think Michigan really, they're really good. So, plain and simple, Michigan over
Big Ten
Alabama.
basketball stuff. You know what made you feel old is Carmelo Anthony's son's at Syracuse. this year.
I was you were
And he scored 15 points off the bench in his first game. Typical
15.
Anthony fashion.
Number 15.
Number 15. Typical Anthony family fashion. Just a pure
Syracuse may be back in the tournament this year. I know my claim to fame on this podcast has been the Florida Gators. If you listen to our podcast anywhere from March Madness,
They beat Houston in the I'm stupid. God damn.
I know, I told you
Yeah,
that.
that's what we're saying.
But what I'm saying is that we followed March Madness closely. I obviously am a huge Florida fan. I've grown up a huge Florida fan. But my alma mater is also Syracuse. I think we're going to be back in the tournament again this year. And I hate to be that kind of guy who claims two teams, but you do have your childhood favorite team, and you got your college you went to.
You got your alma mater. It's the same thing with me. I grew up St. John's fan, and I'm going to root for South Carolina basketball.
So, yes,
I
I do
got
have
two
two
teams as well.
favorite college.
But my
I
two
have two
teams
favorite
are
college
crazy.
basketball teams. Sue me.
Yeah.
Sue me.
I
It's
got
not like
two
the
favorite
rivals.
teams
It's not
too.
like
You're good.
It's not. It's not
you
like
had Baylor and
It's not like
I
I
don't-
rooted for Michigan
no,
my
not
whole life
Baylor.
and then went to Michigan State. You know what I'm
not
saying?
Baylor. I thought it was Baylor.
No.
We were two
No.
teams.
My two teams are the two schools I went to, Charlotte and Cincinnati.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's fair.
So,
Okay.
A bit of a
All right,
scramble.
well-
but yeah.
Who's your pick?
I'm going to say, for the fun of it, I don't want to jinx my own team. I'm going to say Duke St. John's.
That'd be fun.
Ooh.
Duke's got the Boozer kid. They got Carlos Boozer's son.
Son.
He's disgusting.
They got both Boozer sons, right?
Both Boozers.
Who's your
but
winner?
The one's better. I think it's Cameron Boozer. Let's not jinx my team all the way. Let's just say Duke. Let's just say Duke wins it all.
That's crazy. Put him
But
in the
it's still
championship to
listen,
lose.
St. John's, Ian Jackson, who was a 5-star recruit last year. They got Zuby Ejiofor, who was nominated as the Big East
I did
Player
the
of the
same thing
Year.
with NBA, so I can't really say.
So
that.
it's going to be a great season. I'm looking forward to college basketball being back. It's going to be fun. So
We're back.
we're back.
It's nice
Yeah.
to be back,
Yeah.
especially when you're the defending national champions. Feels good.
Yeah.
Like I'm not even mad we lost our first game. We lost to a good Arizona team. So
Great Arizona team.
hey, don't lose to 10-seeded Arkansas in the second round. And
Shut
then
the fuck up.
You know.
Stop. We're not there yet.
All right,
Not
fine.
there.
Fine.
All right. Let's wrap it up. Stink bomb
Stink
time.
bomb.
You go ahead.
Yeah, so Johnny became my boss this week. That's not the stink bomb.
It could be very quickly.
That's not the stink bomb. The stink bomb is I'm having to wear work boots, and you guys are going to think I'm such a douchebag for being like, this guy's never had to wear work boots in his life. But I wore work boots the first time, and I got steel-toe work boots. And let's just say I bought a half size too big. And all I got to say is I've been on the job, and on the job, you're on your feet a lot. You're walking around. The work boots, they fucking hurt your feet at first. And let's just say, for the last 2 days, how many Advil have I taken? About
You're eating them shits like candy.
like candy.
Yeah.
My back has been ripping. And I don't know what it is. I think I got to go get some orthopedics. But yeah, the fucking back has been in shambles all week. I've been on fucking back pain a lot. So that's been my stink bomb. The job's been great. It's been fun. Been having a good time.
Glad you had a good first 2 days. We're recording this Tuesday night. He might be ready to quit by Friday. You
Yeah,
never know.
that's it.
Yeah.
But yeah, fucking back pain. Back pain's my stink bomb.
Good. My stink bomb this week. I'm just going to come out. I'm going to be honest. I had one too many strong Cosmopolitans Friday night. I'm not afraid to admit it. I had a couple Cosmos. I was that guy.
You did have a couple.
I ordered some and they were strong. And I didn't realize it until it was a little too late. You know, then I pre-gamed. And it all just kind of hit me at one time. Like, I knew I was drunk, but I didn't know. It was Halloween night, dressed up. You know, just kind of just sending it. And the next thing you know, I'm not a beer drinker. I drink beer when I'm too drunk. And I popped out at the bar, and there I am. Got a beer in my hand.
The second we showed up to the bar, you asked me to get you a beer.
Nobody stopped me.
You said, "Can you get me a beer?"
Bad
I
team
know
play.
I know when you get a beer, you're drunk.
Bad team play. They let me have the beer. Woke up Saturday morning, and I ran 5 miles, hungover. I realized me running hungover for some reason is better. But then I went to the golf course, and that was just atrocious.
Oh, you played bad.
I played
horrible, too.
awful. It all just hit me at one time. I was dizzy. I was nauseous. Didn't know if I was hungover, if I didn't eat enough, if it was because I ran, but I was just a disaster. And I ruined my Saturday. I just ruined my Saturday. You never want to ruin your Saturday, but I ruined my Saturday.
Hand up. We got to about the 13th hole. I don't do this, and I really don't do this often. But I'll admit it. I'll admit it to the people who stick around. I smoked a cigarette. I degenerately hungover, was like, maybe this will help. It didn't help. I didn't. I was a degenerate.
That's terrible.
I couldn't believe I did that. You know, I felt like awful.
We got to hole 12, and I did not. I didn't light up or anything. But I looked at the two guys in the other car, and I was like, "This is where we're at.
This is where we're at.
This is where we're at." The friendly match that we were playing was done. You guys clinched by hole 16. I was dog shit. No help to my teammate whatsoever. He might have fallen off a cliff too. I saw balls hitting trees in the woods, and when you do that, and the cigs come out, and the trees are being hit, it's done. You gave up the serious golf. You're out there for the hang at that point. You gave up on the golf. You're stepping up the tee box. You're trying to hit it as far as you could possibly hit it. If you hit a window, if you hit a tree, you know, shit happens. It is what it is. At that point, you're out there for the hang.
You are.
Yeah. Peyton, you got a stink bomb?
Nothing. I think we close this pod out on a crazy note with cigs and bad golf.
Oh my god. All right, well, cool. Hopefully everyone enjoyed that this week. But yeah, happy college basketball season being back. I hope your NFL fandoms aren't as miserable as ours. Our seasons are in the shitter. And yeah, stay tuned for next week.
Peace.